Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, your kid, the review, back again with another video. So we have a second trailer for Masters of the Universe. Just to reiterate my thoughts on the first trailer, I can just say, surprisingly, I'm not convinced that, okay, everything what I'm seeing is the, okay, we're going into the real world, starting this off, and then go into Eternia for the adventure. A part of me was like, well, we'll see how this goes, because the whole thing where, oh, the characters from a fantasy land go into the real world thing, where I'm like, yeah, we're in 2026 where I feel like some of these franchises have gone past doing that, except Smurfs, which that's a completely different studio mind and what people think are the trend. I don't even know if that's the trend today to actually bring these into the real world again. It's kind of refreshing to see that they're doing the whole thing where, oh, we're going to start out in the real world and then we're going into the adventure where I'm like, okay, that's different than I was expecting. All the costumes, the sets, even the character designs are at least, I could just say, recognizable to where I'm like, oh, if you didn't watch the cartoon or recognize some of the characters from the toys, I'm like, oh, so they actually did their part and actually fill in the characters who they're supposed to be. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm not too much knowledgeable with the characters and the toys, but I'm like, okay, if I recognize it before in a cartoon and I see the design of it, I'm like, okay, that's that character. For this trailer, I don't expect a little bit too much because I feel like we got a bit of the plot summary in the first one, but I feel like there's some things I actually do want to see. Like, I kind of want to see Prince Adam actually interact in Eternia, not just with his mom and dad, but also with the land around it. Because I feel like if this is going to be his first time hearing the stories and is like, oh wait, there's this powerful sword that I could actually use to unlock his power right now, and let me see how I could actually fight against these guys. Because I know we're not going to get He-Man until around the third act of the movie, or possibly the last scene of the movie. Because I feel like if this is going to be Prince Adam's progression to actually being He-Man, he's going to have to go through a whole adventure, and I could just tell from the Skeletor fight that's going to be the last thing we're going to see of it. And speaking of Skeletor, what Jared Leto's going to sound like, because I feel like, yeah, we didn't get to hear a syllable from him in the first trailer. We got a good look at Skeletor, where I'm like, you know what? It is kind of a mix of both practical and CGI because I thought, is this CGI Skeletor? Because I feel like I can't even tell if it is real or somebody in a suit, but it actually is somebody in a suit and they actually use it in like a skull mask, but they enhance it with CGI where I'm like, you know what? Something tells me when we see the fights that go down, they're actually going to be hand to hand. And I don't even know if it's just me, but I feel like, hmm, I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel took a little bit of inspiration for this for their next Ghost Rider supposedly rumored story they actually have going on. But sticking to the topic at hand, let's take a look at the second trailer because I feel like, yeah, I've seen the trailer before with some movies, but something's starting to tell me, you know what? I need to see something more because I feel like, yeah, the movie's like 2 months away, but I hope they could actually get some more ad recognition and the fact that the thing where I feel like is a risk going into it, but I feel like it's not going to be for people like us, where I'm like, do kids these days care about He-Man or this like the franchises that we grew up with? Do they care as much? Because I feel like I keep saying it, but I don't even know it's like an age thing because I'm like, oh, I recognize it because I grew up with it or I've seen it before and I've seen the versions they actually have today. But I'm like, do modern day kids care about it? Because I feel like they don't like fantasy or old IPs as much. Really, some of the ones where they're like, the what? It's kind of weird to me, but it's one of those thoughts I have in the back of my head watching these things. But so yeah, just a mental thought I want to put out there because I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like it's just a little thing I have in the back of my head, just like, oh, I'm excited for it, but are a lot of people excited for it as much as I am? Because I'm like not seeing a lot of talk about it weirdly, especially in the theaters. Well, in that case, let's get to the trailer. Yeah, like I was thinking, are they gonna have him just
I know
roam
most of
around
you
Eternia, just
don't remember
regular?
me,
Uh huh.
but I know all of you.
Cringer actually kind of looks nice. Yeah, I actually saw him poke a smile too. I was wondering if he was gonna be like that.
Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone.
Hmm.
Skeletor took my family. And he
So it
destroyed
is a dark
our
voice.
world.
Hmm.
It's all my fault.
I kind of like the background drop of this trailer that's actually having a whole rock theme. Like,
That's your chance to stand tall.
I wonder if he actually gonna do the theme in it too, like a rock-themed version of the theme. Oh, we're gonna be seeing a lot of it. Never mind.
The universe shall quake and shudder.
Unrecognizable to Jared Leto's
This
voice.
is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you. Somebody wants to brawl. I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
Battle Cat. All right.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it. Trust me. I know how to use it.
No, that's a good visual. I love that.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
You know, if I was an editor for this trailer, you know what I would think? I should cut out that last scene and just have Masters of the Universe and then the release date right after, because I feel like, oh yeah, I forgot, we're in the real world. But seriously, funny enough, with this trailer, I feel like, oh, the first trailer was more like the introduction, like you get the whole done, I'm from a different world type of setting tone for the trailer. But in this one, you actually get a fun rock and roll style tone where I'm like, you know what? I don't even mind. I don't even know if it is the He-Man theme song, like the dun 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 dun, like the one where he actually gets the sword. It's like I have the power, and he just shows. I'm not even sure if that's the exact theme. I wouldn't say it because it's in a rock and roll style. Dun, 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 but I'm like, I don't know if part of me is like, are they actually gonna put that theme in the movie? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they do it, like in some Transformers way. They actually try to remix the original song and put it in the movie, and also getting a little bit of the backstory because I feel like, yeah, the whole story with this movie is that they was sent Adam away, and they're there waiting for him to return. But it feels like Skeletor kidnapped his parents, and he actually is on a journey to actually get them back. And for some of the characters, because I saw that the toys actually came out because Toy Fair was just going on, and they actually showed some of the designs of the characters. I'm like, okay, some of the ones I'm like, I expect them to look that way. Like Tila looks regular, Man at Arms, he actually kind of looks kind of cool, and it doesn't have a couple of the gadgets as in this trailer as it does in the toys. But the one I was wondering if they were going to show in the trailer, because you did get a glimpse of it, because you see Cringer in his regular green form, but also you see Battle Cat with the actual stuff on his back. Where I'm like, see, it's stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, if you can actually commit to the ridiculousness and actually go through with it, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be look cool on screen. But not only that, but it's like, yeah, we're in a fantasy world. Everything is gonna be either magical or technological. In this case, just have fun with it, and doesn't even matter how it turns out. And it actually kind of does say that Skeletor is going to have a deep voice, not the whiny voice where I would expect it a Cobra Commander like, but I'm like, well, it's a serious movie, and I feel like if we're actually going to be taking these characters a little bit more seriously than usual, I feel like a dark sense of tone, like the Mark Hamill version, would actually make sense. Not gonna lie, it's kind of funny that he has a regular evil laugh instead of that stop a laugh. It's little things where I'm like, it's a cool change, but if you want to embrace your legacy and stuff like that, I'm like, I wouldn't mind if they actually put it past and actually do something ridiculous like that. All I can say is the trailer looks great, and hopefully there's no other movie that comes out that weekend because I feel like, yeah, it's in a good little release date by itself, but hopefully there's nothing too big to actually come out on the same day.
We back.
Fuck me, I guess.